Hello and welcome to this edition of You and the Law. On You and the Law, we add law to the news, and from time to time we also discuss other items, of law of everyday living, so that we can also understand the basic principles of law. My name is Ekamenudim. I'm a legal practitioner, and I'm always glad to know that you are with me on this channel. A lot of people go into business relationships on a daily basis, and in the course of the business relationship, checks are usually issued in most instances. And sometimes when the checks are presented, the checks bounce. The checks cannot be, payment cannot be made. Money value is not given to the check by the bank. For what reason? For reason of mostly insufficiency of money in the account. And therefore, this qualifies for what is described as issuance of Dud Cheque, issuance of bounced check, and other names, other adjectives used to qualify that situation. But basically, it means giving a check which, when presented in court, value cannot be given for the check. Money is not paid, and so on. A lot of people are fond of these, and it's not only an African thing, it's a global thing. It's something that happens in so many countries of the world. The only difference is that in some countries, the penalty given is stronger than in other countries. Now, the question is it an offense to issue Dud checks? Is it an offense to give a check which, when presented, it bounces? The answer is yes, it is an offense. In every country of the world, the issuance of Dud cheque is an offense. And therefore, when you issue a check knowing fully well that there is no money in the account and you're just playing pranks, there are legal consequences to the pranks that you are playing. Now, let's look at the ingredients of issuance of Dud cheque. Number one, that the person issued a check knowing that the account has insufficient funds. Number two, that the person issued the check knowing that the account has been closed by him or has been closed maybe by the bank for one reason or the other. And number three, that the person issued the check knowing that he has already instructed his bank not to honor any check. Now, the other question is, what are the laws that criminalize the issuance of Dud cheque? Now, let's look at some countries and some states in America. In Ghana, the law that criminalizes the issuance of Dud cheque is the Criminal Offences Act of Ghana, and the penalty is a fine and or 5 years imprisonment. In Kenya, the law that criminalizes it is the Penal Code of Kenya, and the penalty is fine or imprisonment for a term not exceeding 1 year. In India, it is fine or 2 years imprisonment. In the city of New York, as a state in America, the legal implication is that when you issue Dud cheque, you're found guilty for it, you go to jail for up to 3 months imprisonment. And also you pay fine depending on the face value of the check. In California, also in America, you spend up to 1 year in jail for issuance of Dud cheque. In Texas, you spend between 180 days to 2 years in state jail, and you can also pay a fine as much as $10,000, and that's a huge sum of money. Now, in Nigeria, the offense of issuance of Dud cheque attracts 2 years imprisonment without the option of fine, and that's in Section 1 of the Dishonoured Cheques Act, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004. 2 years imprisonment without an option of fine. 2 years is a long time in jail. Now, the other question is, who can prosecute in Nigeria for the offense of issuance of Dud cheque? Number one, the EFCC. Okay, and the EFCC has prosecuted many people on these, and they have found, secured conviction for persons for issuance of Dud cheques. The other institution is the police. The ICPC also has the power to prosecute on these. And then the Ministry of Justice, through the State Council, through the Office of the Attorney General, they also have the power to prosecute anyone who issues Dud Cheque. Now, what's the advice of you and the law to you, the viewer? The advice here is that issuance of Dud Cheque is a serious offense. And so do not issue checks when you know that there is no money in your account. Spare yourself that trouble. When you issue checks when you know that there is no money in your account, the implication is that you can fall on the wrong side of the law if the person you issued the check to decides to take a legal action against you. And the offense here is a very straightforward offense such that you can easily be convicted in no time. Okay? So be properly guided. That's the size of this episode of You and the Law. Tune in to watch other episodes of the show, and do remember to click the red button on your screen to subscribe to the channel and receive notification of every new video that we publish from time to time. I appreciate you for always watching You and the Law. I encourage you to continue watching. I also encourage you to continue, to subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for keeping me company on this show, and do remain blessed. Thank you, and God bless.